to get us in a very comfortable mood for a great conversation. So let us start with comparisons this morning. We have a big conversation by 11 o'clock, but I'll get to that very shortly. And yes, we have the one-player draw yet again. Another check for 50,000, 25,000 naira checks will be given out today. All you have to do is get on to oneplay.ng and get your ticket for 500 naira. But, ladies and gentlemen, to the most important starter that we've had in a very long time. My question this morning, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Is Port Harcourt better to live in now than it was 30 years ago? Is Port Harcourt better to live in now than it was 30 years ago? Now, why am I asking this? Now, some of you have probably come across those, research and those rankings as to best cities in the world to live in. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then I thought about, my trip, right, to Oil Mill 2 weeks ago, a fortnight ago, was it 3 weeks ago, and my experiences there. And then, interestingly, so some of the cries that I heard, from some members of the public after the very heavy rainfall a fortnight ago. And so it got me thinking, there was a time when I was much younger that a lot of people I knew, particularly in Benin, all right, and also in Warri, used to say, when they Port Harcourt, now see Port Harcourt people, now they enjoy. Now, it got me thinking, is there ever a study talking about the level and the quality of life in Port Harcourt? Well, I found one. Now, you see, in Nigeria, right, there are several indices that we'd like to make mention of this morning. For example, the Human Freedom Index. Well, it's somewhere in the middle. All right, just somewhere in the middle for most people. But for other indicators, it's actually less because we rank 147 in the world. That's not particularly great. Now, population, we rank very high. 6th most populous country on the planet. Interestingly. Cost of living, well, we are about 88th in the world. Okay, all right, not so bad. Higher education index, 78. Not bad, all right, out of all the other countries. But here's where it gets really interesting. So what are the best cities to live in? Now, from this graph, here are some of the cities that I mentioned. Lagos, Ibadan, Oyo, Abuja, Ife, Ilorin, Enugu, Akure, Benin, Kano, Port Harcourt, Ado-Ekiti, Osogbo, Abeokuta, Aba, Onitsha, Owerri, Kaduna, Owo, Awka, Umuahia, Minna, Zaria, Calabar, Warri, Katsina, Gusau, Sokoto, Bauchi, Jos, Maiduguri, Mubi, and Damaturu. See, 33 cities I made mention of this morning. If I was to tell you where Port Harcourt is ranked here, you would not believe. But let me share with you. Now, for a long time, a lot of people believe, this country, if you want to go anywhere, it has to be Port Harcourt, Lagos, and Abuja. Well, in order of preferences, they tell you Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt. That's where things are happening. But is it really now? Because on this list, ladies and gentlemen, Port Harcourt, my beloved city, your beloved city, ranks number 11 in the whole country. Number 11. Apparently, our livability level is 16. Benin, apparently, is a better place to live in than Port Harcourt. The cost of living is lower in Benin than in Port Harcourt. The population is also less in Benin. But see where there's a big irony, a very stark irony. For livability, right, Lagos ranks as number 1, even though the population of Lagos is 15.1 million. The cost of living in Lagos is very high, averaging about $1,200. Yet, people are still rushing to Lagos. And it got me thinking, have we gotten that bad? Or I shouldn't believe what I'm just reading. So, those of you who have been in Port Harcourt for years, a decade or more, join the conversation. The
views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
92.3 Nigeria Info. Numbers to call 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp, where we take only messages, please. WhatsApp is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Once again, please turn down the volume of a radio set, refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments, and keep your conversation civil, please. 90.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, it's Knowledge calling from Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Knowledge.
Yeah, Jude, I was listening to you. When you mentioned Zaria, I just smiled. I grew up at Zaria. At least I spent 24 years in Zaria.
Wow.
1980 till when we left Zaria to Port Harcourt. I did all my primary school and secondary school in Zaria. I am telling you that the cost of living in Port Harcourt is high, very high, than Zaria. Zaria, you can, a single person can survive with 17,000 naira currently, because I went back there not quite long ago. A single person can survive with 17,000 naira a month, but you can't survive with 100,000 naira a month.
But Knowledge, whilst the cost of living might be lower, what's the quality of life there? Because on this ranking, Port Harcourt is still higher than Zaria. Yes, Zaria has a cheaper cost of living, but in terms of livability, you know, there are more amenities in Port Harcourt. But once again, I don't know how long you've...
Like what?
Knowledge done by the service provider. And so this is why this is a very interesting debate, because if we look at, and Knowledge has a very valid question, like what? What exactly is going to make Port Harcourt better than Zaria? I could tell you, for example, we have more amenities, than Zaria. I've been to Zaria. Miria is not quicker. Miria, very quickly, good morning.
Yeah, thank you, Jude. Well, Jude, it's very unfortunate now that what we Nigerians are looking for now is a quantity, not necessarily quality. It is the cost of living that we're looking out for. If the cost of living in a particular area is fine, irrespective of the quality that comes with it, it doesn't. We don't care. Let's just be able to eat, with a little money. Let's just be able to see good houses that are a bit fair, that are cheap.
Okay, I don't know. Let me ask you very quick before I go on this way. I don't know how long you've been in Port Harcourt, but Port Harcourt of 20, 30 years ago, is it a better place to live in than it is now? Or is it now that it's better?
It only gets better. For me, it is still fine now. It's okay.
Okay.
You bring in different things to perspective now.
All right, let's go on a break, all right? Thank you very much. Let's go on a break.
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Port Harcourt. And this morning, I'm speaking to Port Harcourt residents in particular. But if you're listening to us outside of this city, if you're a resident in Lagos, even in Ghana, or outside the shores, like say you were somewhere in the UK, big greetings to our listeners who are in Newcastle and who are in Leicester as well. And also to the Londoners. We get a lot of your comments here as well. Thank you very much. Now, I'm asking this morning for Port Harcourt people, and you can also do the same. How is your city doing in terms of its livability? How pleased are you? Have you seen minimal improvement, vast improvement, no improvement at all in the past 2 or 3 decades? Now, the reason why I asked this is because, sat down listening over the weekend, I stumbled across this wonderful research, is cost of living in Nigeria. And it got me thinking, if people are leaving the US to come to Nigeria now, come to Ghana because, they can get a driver and, they can live, big boy life in a sense, right? What about the rest of us who have been here all our lives? Do we see that way? What's the quality of life that we have in our city? Now, I believe most Nigerians proper running water, or at least access to water. It doesn't have to be running, if they have homes, if they have good roads, and then, they can, use the money they have to buy clothes and things, they are pretty much fine. Most Nigerians really don't want to, live in high-rise buildings or, eat pizzas and shawarma, boil and fish, yam and stew is fine. We're a very contented type of people, I like to believe. But what do I know? But if we look at a lot of migration to 3 very key cities, Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Right? All the other cities I've mentioned on this list, they have people living there. There's no doubt about it. But more often than not, people will gravitate or try to do business in these 3 areas because of the quote-unquote, population that they have and also the money available to them. Lagos, by a stretch of the imagination, with 15.1 million people, you have Abuja under 2.7 million, so under 2.3 radio stations are there, such as the one we're in right now. There's a lot of development. The question that comes in, is it the cost that will make people go somewhere for that? I'm very shocked that according to these metrics, Ilorin, and I visited Ilorin once, Ilorin, they're not doing people in yet. They seem to have something better than us. The biggest shocker for me has to be on this ranking is the ancient city of Ibadan with the brown roof everywhere. How many of you have seen Ibadan is filled with a lot of yes, people are building new houses, don't get me wrong, but brown roof there everywhere. Yet, the people in Ibadan seem to have a better quality of life than us in not.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002. Zion is in GRA, the best place they say to live in Port Harcourt. Zion, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning.
For benefit of posterity, economical, socially, politically, and otherwise, I think I stand to be one of among the new age, not generation, new age that should discuss on this topic. Because we were born here, we were brought up here, we grew here, and we know the here. Sir, among the 3 mentioned states of today, initially, 30 years ago, it was even Port Harcourt first, Lagos before Abuja. Abuja only came to bear the Federal Capital Territory ambience because of that position they carried. Lagos wasn't even mentioned when it comes to Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt was so prolific, profound, more recognized than any other city in Nigeria. 30 years ago, that is a discussion. 30 years ago, the structure of this discourse is 30 years ago. Sir, Port Harcourt then, the seaports were vibrant.
Okay.
The Port Harcourt International Airport was there. The Port Harcourt International Polo Club.
So it's still active in GRA or GRA, isn't it?
No. Chief Amadi, yes. I met recently. He's one of the people that built the Port Harcourt Club. Port Harcourt Club draw men across all the big wigs of Nigeria then. They come to Port Harcourt Club. The likes like Idiagbon, Buhari, mention them, IBB, David Mark, all these golfers, the international golfers across this century, they come to Port Harcourt Club to relax. Sir, what about the Trans-Amadi region? What you have organization, companies that are ready to employ you today. As they carry your CV, they come, then they employ you immediately. See, Port Harcourt was a hub. The seaports here in township here, Port Harcourt Township, the seaport here was working. The one on there is working. Do you want to beat the nightlife in Port Harcourt? You see the whole of Port Harcourt Township. Harold Wilson will not keep you asleep.
So let me ask you. So I get to the next call. Let me ask you. Now, this metric says right now, right, on average, to live in Port Harcourt, cost of living is $681, right? And if you convert that, right, to naira, that's about, if I'm not mistaken, 700 something thousand naira, right? That's to live in Port Harcourt. Look at the other places. Jude, Ilori is $500. What's going on in Port Harcourt?
Jude, the envious, the politically sound statesmen from other states now got envious about Port Harcourt.
Oh.
The only way we can destroy Port Harcourt to lose this structure, let's give them confusion. And Port Harcourt people, when I mean Port Harcourt, I'm talking about Rivers, Bayelsa. They became so greedy and gullible. They never understood politics up to today.
So Zai, you are saying.
Sorry, don't obstruct this discourse yet. Wait first.
Wait, no, Zai, I have other callers. You have to answer the question. You have to answer the question. Is it?
I have just answered your question. I don't talk for you to listen. I talk for you to reason. These two different things. Port Harcourt people now bought into the criminal politics of other states. They cause problem in their state in the name of agitation, resource control, give us this, not give us this. They were interested in politics of what higher level, forgetting that this is going to hit them up like a virus. Port Harcourt lost its structure because they live in Port Harcourt, and today look at that, it's a skeleton of its own.
All right, so Port Harcourt is a skeleton of what it used to be. Zion claims that it's because of selfish politics. That's why, the livability rankings of Port Harcourt has dropped from what it used to be to where it is right now. Knowledge is on the line from LMN. Knowledge, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, dude, I called back Knowledge.
Good morning.
Dude, I was telling you about Zaria.
Yes.
And the last caller you just spoke with now mentioned something that touched me. Actually, it was cool. See, the cost of living. Let's talk about the rent in Port Harcourt. Do you know that there are some places in Trans-Amadi area that you can't get a building, you can't get a one-bedroom flat for 1.7 million naira. But in Kaduna State, in Zaria, to be precisely, in a one-bedroom flat in Zaria, you can go for 200,000, 300,000. A basket of tomatoes in Port Harcourt, Jude, is not less than 100,000 naira.
Yeah, because it's not produced here. We're talking about resources. Now you see, I've also spent time in Zaria. Knowledge. Let us both come to this now. I'm sure you know that if you were in Zaria, for example, if you want to buy a cup of crayfish, it's almost, right now, it's almost 300 to 500 naira. But here, it's cheaper.
That's where you get it wrong. See, Jude, in Sabongeri market, and one of the biggest markets in Nigeria, as big. We have half of our people here occupying those places. I'm telling you, things are very cheap there. I grew up here. That's what I'm saying. I stayed here. It's like part of me. I'm from Port Harcourt. I'm a river guy. I'm from Ichi. I'm telling you to tell you.
Okay.
But I am telling you that the things you buy expensive here, even these fishes we buy here, at Zaria that is cheap.
Interesting.
Somebody can survive with 20,000 naira in Kaduna, in Zaria.
Okay.
But you can survive with 100,000 naira.
So knowledge, is it only the cost of living that makes Zaria a better place than Port Harcourt, or is there something else that we are missing?
Okay, let's talk about the development. You know, in Zaria, we have NMX.
Okay.
You have Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria.
Yes, I've been there.
We have one of the biggest tobacco companies in West Africa in Zaria. We have this refinery.
Refinery, Kaduna Refinery. It's not too far. It's not too far. I know. So
it's not too far. You know there.
Yes.
Understand? We have dual cream company, one of the biggest in West Africa that does with any kind of cream.
Pan was resident in Kaduna. I agree.
That all these things could have developed their income, make them more expensive. Just like tobacco now, they say it's oil. It is the oil and the things that make things cost. A sitting governor once said that if you can't survive in Port Harcourt, you should go up to the village. I don't want to call his name. But in Zaria, they also find a way. You know that you can still pay transport 20 naira.
Recession and the like, they fall in Naira, they fall in Adia, which is the same with other states. Naira, they fall in Adia, which is the same with other states. Port Harcourt, when it comes to standard of education, Port Harcourt has developed over the years.
Yes.
So, we know that politics have brought in thuggery and the likes, kidnapping, all the likes. It's the same with other states. Port Harcourt is not just secluded when it comes to this matter. Every state is feeling it.
Feeling it, true.
Naturally, Jude, Port Harcourt has improved over the years. When you come to Port Harcourt, look, I have an in-law that came in last year. When he came in, he missed his way. He said, wow, that Port Harcourt is looking more beautiful than before. Yeah, we know that it's not just beauty.
Okay.
We don't just dwell on beauty. Now we're talking of cost of living and the life.
The quality of life, yes.
People are running to some states because of the cost of living in Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt is more like a developed state. After Lagos, you're looking at Port Harcourt. Yeah, forget the fact that Abuja is a capital territory, which Lagos is enjoying as well. Port Harcourt started from scratch. No federal government help, just the way they did to Abuja and Lagos. So Port Harcourt on its own is thriving and it's coming up. And when it comes to leadership, God tried to favor us with one or two that are doing well, that did well to Port Harcourt. But I will not wait Port Harcourt has not been developed.
We know it's developed, right? But the question is, the ranking here says, right, if you're talking about best places to live, Port Harcourt is not even in the top 10 any longer.
I don't believe it. Look, when it comes to statistics, who gives the statistics? Sometimes it is just we, and who are the persons? Politics has been tried, have done so deep in us that sometimes when we want to come out and give statistics, we just do it with sentiment sometimes. Port Harcourt is very safe. When you talk about cultism and people running around, terrorism, sometimes it's easy. That Port Harcourt is safe.
Yeah, wait, hold on. But see, let's look at this whole picture. So yes, we have a case where you have insecurity and terrorist attacks and all that. But
with other states as well.
Yes, but let me give you one of the states, right, that is actually higher than Port Harcourt, Kano, right? Now we've had cases of militancy in parts of the north, where almost every part of the north has had its own issue. But if we look at Kano, for example, the population is good in Kano, is more than Port Harcourt. But guess what? Because they have the same level of infrastructural development in Port Harcourt. There are wide roads in Kano. I don't know if you've been to Kano. Wide roads. They have industries that have been there for over 150 years in Kano. The cost of living is less in Kano. And guess what? The stability is still higher in Kano. So why would people leave Kano?
John, do you know that the influx of people into Port Harcourt is far more than those,
going to Kano? It's very possible.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, the cost of living is high. People running into Port Harcourt because they see potential. The potential of you prospering in Port Harcourt is
high.
Far more higher than you in Kano.
Okay, all right. That's an interesting take to make as well. Thank you very much, Miro. Good news on the line for mile 3. Good news. Good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother man.
Good morning.
On the issue we are discussing, the truth is that Port Harcourt may have seen more roads. Port Harcourt may have seen more flyover. Port Harcourt may have seen more population. But the standard of living in Port Harcourt and the dignity of living in Port Harcourt has demoralized. That's very low. Back then, when I was in Port Harcourt, you buy granite, people push their granite on the rubber and keep it on the road. You see the seller. I bought granite one kobo.
1 kobo?
The coins. Koboro inside the rubber.
Did you say 1 kobo?
I'll go. Nobody will come and ask me how. The seller will not look for his money or her money. Nobody will be there to monitor it. Then, there were companies, Dunlop, Michelin.
Yes, I remember that. In Transamadi, I remember that.
What you don't know. Before you graduate from school, you have a job to do. And the cost of living then was not bad because people from the village would make garri and bring for you. But now, no company. In fact, I was shocked to hear that Kia Motors, the people in charge of Kia Motors and Kia Bikes and Honda have left Port Harcourt. It's a bit at the Moloba Center. That it affects Juma, it affects the school. Look at UPTH. It's yesterday. My brother man, the place is becoming unbecoming. Just go see. It becomes something else.
Okay.
And I wonder, is this not the same people that is to boom?
Okay.
Now, how do you want the cost of living to be better when you go to FTH, they decide to go and do tests in a private clinic?
All right, good news. Thank you very much. Final caller, Michael, before we get to read your comments. Good morning to you, Michael. Mike is speaking to us from Rukbaku.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Okay. With this conversation.
Oh, Michael, apologies there. That's service provider issues. Now let's get to read your messages now. Amifo Ernest in Port Harcourt says, why will Port Harcourt be among the better places to live in where it's self-contained is 1 million naira and the average good meal is 10,000 naira and above? Poor drainages, no industries for daily hustle among cult insecurities. Port Harcourt is basking in the past glory. Benson Oluwabemi Ga from Akure says, see, Jude, Akure is a city is running its growth at a snail speed. Or do I say it's even retarding? The Akure situation must have been put there during the Mimikos era. Interestingly, this report, right, that I have before me was updated July 9th of 2025. This month. It was updated. And it's a Nigerian-based site, livingcost.org. Stop. So, I know Akure, all right? Let me not talk too much. But I know Akure. And the frenicity, right, that Port Harcourt has and Lagos and even, maybe even Abuja has, Akure doesn't have it. In fact, there's more frenicity in Onitsha than in Akure. Hustle. I'm like, all right, let me continue. Let me not get distracted. Okay, all right. Jude, Port Harcourt does spoil. I've lived in Port Harcourt for more than half a century. Jesus. I'm an old Port Harcourt boy. I can tell you for free that living in Port Harcourt 30 years ago was much, much better than it is today. Port Harcourt to Tibaje from Darlington. Oh dear. That's strong words. This one says Port Harcourt is the best city in the world. I know it's hype, but I don't believe it. Port Harcourt is still very active, initiated by Chief A.K. Osfor. I love my city. God day, you should love your city. I totally understand that. But even in Nigeria, Port Harcourt doesn't seem to be, as it were, revving up expectations. Now, Mr. Jude, it depends on the part you're looking at. See, taking house rent, for example, I guess it is worse now than before. Not to talk of cost of transportation, but in Jalingo, Taraba State, we have transportation of 100 naira now. Clef Austin Rodriguez with that comment. Okay. This one says, in Lagos, all right, food is available and cheap, except accommodation, which is of high heavens. In Port Harcourt, everything is high and costly. They said it's an oil city. The government should do something. God's power, Igwe in Port Harcourt. God's power, thank you very much. This one says, Drew, good morning. Port Harcourt is in a state of dilapidation. Even in Rumala here, where our transformer is spoiled for over 3 months now, no light. PhD is saying it's not their responsibility to replace it. We should even buy. Even house rent is something else. I'm even thinking of relocating to Uyo. Now, these are the things, ladies and gentlemen, that lead us to this road that we are on right now. Because it's not just about the cost of rent. Like somebody said, it is also the quality of a lifestyle that you're able to afford in that city. Abuja is expensive to get a house. But guess what? The average Abuja person, still feels, I did okay. That used to be the case for us here in Port Harcourt 3 decades ago. As a small child, that's how I felt. I don't know. We'll be back after the break.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Nene from the boat safety team. You can't see us, but we're right here with you on every boat ride. To your left is the ride insurance team. We insure your ride as your trip starts. To your right is the record audio team. We keep a recording of your trip for 24 hours in case you need it later. And behind you is the customer support team, ready to chat 24/7. We're the boat safety team, by your side on every ride.
This is a special news update. The federal government of Nigeria, through the Ministry of Finance Incorporated, has launched the Ministry of Finance Incorporated Real Estate Investment Fund, MREIF, also known as MRIF, a private sector-led initiative managed by ARM. The goal of MRIF is to make owning a house a reality for more Nigerians, offering affordable mortgages of up to 20 years at a fixed interest rate of 9.75% per annum. For more information, visit any of the participating banks listed on the MRIF website or apply at www.mreif.com.ng. www.mreif.com.ng. This message is brought to you by ARM Investment Managers, Fund Manager for MRIF.
All right, class, settle down. Today, let's talk about how you started your day.
We got dressed and had pancakes with John Vance